Okay, she's running. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back again with Levi. Again. We're just on the way to go and fetch the black Mondeo. So we're going to go and yank it out of its little hiding place. We're going to take a nice trip across the moors. That's where it is. Or is for the moment. It's on the back of that lorry. So we've got to try and get it there, out of its little hole. Ready to be loaded for about 10, quarter past 10, and follow it back and then get it unloaded at the other end. I didn't manage to actually do much with the driveway. Again, the weather hit us, whereas today is actually quite nice weather, so what a good day for it. We might try and get it started. We haven't really got a plan other than just tow it out and get it on the lorry. We are going to cut the carpets just so that we can get the drain plugs undone, so that we can drain the floor if there is any drain plugs on that one. There should be. Yeah, let's do a little cinematic of my little road trip. Well, we're finally here, and this is officially your first look at the Mondeo. Here we are. Just take a little walk around. It's a mess, really is. But right, let's get this thing hitched up and let's get it out of here. Right, so the idea is, as friends going off up the road to go and block up the traffic, whilst this is being towed, I'm going to attempt on 2, maybe 4 flat tyres. Well, I'm going to say 3 flat tyres. We're going to try to get it the bump start enough so that it'll move. It's the idea anyway, isn't it? And hopefully we can get this heap of junk to run before we get it to the truck. But let's get this thing on the road. Okay, she's running. Good streak. Being loaded on. Leave the windows open, obviously. Well, we're loaded. We've got the recovery truck behind us. Had a nice ring piece and throat moment, being towed up the hill at 35 mile an hour. 40. Bearing in mind that I've got the best part of 4 flat tyres. I'm trying to dip the clutch to get the car to start. It didn't until actually we stopped. So we're already on to a good start. Did say we'll try and get it started before we left, which we did, so we're on to a winner. We've left all the windows open, let it air out a bit because it's absolutely hanging in there, and luckily it's a beautiful day for it. So yeah, let's get this thing home. Well, here she is, all packed up. May have found why it didn't start. Down here, this earth was extremely loose and there was next to no contact, so we've cleaned it up, made it so it will connect. So we're going to throw the battery in now, we're going to see if she'll start. I think it's the plan, isn't it?
Yep.
Right. Oh, you want to try and start it, do you? You hold the cameraman and get the battery in. Hold the candy cam. Got your 10mm minute. So we're going to remove the gearbox out of this the right way this time, yeah?
Yep. 100%. Drop it with the subframe.
Yeah.
Take the subframe array and remove everything out there.
Yeah, right. Just remember, you've got to put your foot on the clutch because is there a key in it? Yeah. You might have to lock it. Right, so yeah, eh? Might be in my pocket actually.
Well, taken away, yeah.
Sounds a bit healthier than it did. You see what I mean by that gear stick is just screwed. No matter what you do, I've yanked it and all sorts, just keep your foot on the clutch. You might have to flip it to on the ignition, the mobiliser. No electrics? Nothing at all? What about now? So we're running. She runs. She doesn't drive. Well, she could drive, but in one gear only. As you can see, it's attempting to move. It wants to move. It wants to go out on its first drive. So you can see Levi is just trying to get it to select some sort of gear, or at least get it into neutral. So as you can see, it will not start. Well, it will start, but it won't move on its own. Well, it will move on its own power, but it's stuck in a gear. So at least we know she's running. She will want to move, and that flywheel doesn't really sound that bad. So, but it's just not. It's not giving us any gear at all, apart from I think possibly third. So we're going to try and work out, try and have a little play of it, see if we can get a neutral out of it, and we'll go from there. Okay, right, so we've had a bit of change of plan. The car is currently jacked, and we're going to do this the opposite way around to where we were going to do it. Originally we were going to rebuild the inside and outside first, but plans have changed. We're now doing the gearbox. So we're going to start today. I mean, we won't get it all done today, but we'll at least get the gearbox well on its way to coming out, and I will go and get a clutch. At the moment I've got to go and get some brake pads for Levi's truck, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this camera up on a time lapse whilst Levi gets on and starts stripping this down. Hopefully I shouldn't be too long, and then we're going to get right back into it and get most of this stripped as fast as we possibly can, because I want to try and get this done. So let's roll on that time lapse.
At this moment, we're flying across the American Midwest. At this moment, we're...
Okay, so we're gonna have a little walk around. We're gonna call it a day. We've got the majority of it already stripped. Let's just have a quick look around. So we've already got the linkages disconnected. Starter motor's disconnected. You can just about see there where my finger is, right there. We've got no suspension components this side, and the same goes for this side. Catalytic converter's already down, as is the exhaust, most of the exhaust. So there isn't really a lot left to do. We've just decided we're not going to drop the subframe tonight. What we're going to do is actually wait until I've got the new clutch. I think we're going to take a rain check on changing the flywheel, because it doesn't sound like there's anything wrong with it. Well, as you've heard from the video already with it running, you'd know if there was something wrong with that flywheel. So what we're doing, I'll have a bit of a tidy up. We're going to end the video there. If you like, subscribe, do your usual. Big hats off to Levi over there for helping us out on this one. I think you're going to probably see a lot more of him in Scrap Savers, because we're even going to be doing a project of his own, so we're going to invite one of his vehicles into the channel. Yeah, that's about it. So I should catch you in the next one. Next video will be actually getting this gearbox out, changing the clutch, just inspecting that flywheel. If I've got to do the flywheel, then I've got to bite the bullet and do it, which hopefully I don't. Get the other gearbox back in and actually see if we can get this thing to drive under its own power. Because once that's done, it's just all the niceties, like changing that interior, getting all the front end correct, putting these new wings on, fixing that bumper the best I can so it actually fits to the car securely, because it currently doesn't. And yeah, I think that's about it, isn't it?
Taking the ratchet strap off.
Oh yes, yes. I've got to show you this brilliant bodge. Now this is just pure laziness, and it makes us laugh every time we look at it. It's just this sad. Right. So here is the intercooler. Right. And this is where it bolts to. Instead, the person who owned it before decided that he was going to be that lazy and just ratchet strap it. I mean, the ratchet strap runs all the way along the back there, and obviously down. So anyway, I'm going to leave the video there, and I shall see you in the next one.